Hey guys, what's going on? This is Hamptonian here. I just got a few minutes, just going live. You constantly getting conversations about black men, black women, and this is it's an issue going on in our community with that. The divorce rate is so high, and we just seem to can't get along. Something Dr. Umar Johnson said, a while back, that in the African American community, the women outdoing the men, that only happens in our group, and that's going to cause some issues, some controversies if the man and women is not um, working together and seeing the common cause for the good of the family and things like that. So I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about that. I tend to stay away from it a little bit, uh, and just with people that I know, I get into conversations on my feelings about it. We as a whole, as a black community, we got our issues, and our issues stem from some root causes that come about a long time ago, and it's coming to modern day society. You can see it, permeating even further. So, and it's an issue that needs to be addressed. The whole system, as far as the creator put together, he put together yin and yang. So man and woman, and male and female, that is a sacred and a spiritual thing. For us going around doing the Oprah Winfrey, for our women talking the Oprah Winfrey thing, talking about I don't need a man and things like that, you out of balance. You're out of balance with God, nature, and everything else. So it's important. There's an old African proverb to say, the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. And if we don't have our homes together, then the people will suffer and perish. Therefore, man and women have to get along because that's the way the Creator have put it together. Yin and yang, electron, proton, Y chromosome, X chromosome, testosterone, estrogen. That's the balance. Our African ancestors understood that. So the problem I'm having is that our sisters, I think, needs to be aware of exactly what role they play and how important of a role they play. See, back in ancient Africa, there was a matrilineal system. The women was held in divine and divinity, and the European brothers and sisters had the problems with that. If you look at some of the statues that were depicting the male and female principle, a lot of times the women's statue or figurine was destroyed. They had an issue with the women. Even today, even in the Islam faith, they have a problem. It's a patrilineal society. They have a problem with the female. You look up some of the African cultures, you would see that the Candace queens in Ethiopia and things like that. They ran the show. Matter of fact, the woman chose the pharaoh. She was, as far as the land is concerned, you look at some of the temple walls in Egypt, you see the pharaoh bowing down to the woman, and she having the key of life, the ankhs, to his nose, giving him life. You see some snapshots of it in the movies where, in Shaka Zulu, his mother was in his ear. Even with Angela Bassett in Black Panther, she was in his ear. So they show you, a little bit about your divinity. There's an old saying in Egypt saying women was the hearer of the word and men was the doer. God spoke life into existence, and women was the physical manifestation of that because she brought forth life. See, they knew she had a cosmic connection. The way the baby is in the rotates in the woman's womb is the same rotation as the Earth. Her 28-day lunar cycle and things. So I'm saying all that to give you a backdrop, for you to understand where I'm coming from and not to be looked at as thinking maybe I'm chauvinist or things like that. I understand your role and I know who you are. I know how our ancestors looked and took the woman. The problem I have with the woman today, that's in my viewpoint, is that the system really plays to you guys' emotions and things like that. And I think by you going along with some of the programs that the system has is pulling you further and further away from the black man, and that relationship with that yin and yang, talking to independency and things like that. There's some scholars that say that the only two free people walking around is the white male and the black woman, in one respect that they're saying. Now, don't get me wrong. I know with women there's some glass ceilings that you guys cannot break, because you're dealing with this alpha European man that has a dominant, with his dominant nature, he has a problem with the woman. You can tell even when, I give a quick example of women being in the church, being in the pulpit. And not until recent times that was acceptable. You see, they have a problem with the female, with women's suffrage and women's rights and getting paid the same. That ain't us. We don't run this system. That's the mentality coming from the North in that patrilineal society. So, but it wasn't like that in the African society. This is the point that I'm making. The point is that you can change our situation overnight. The brothers is doing what they do because they're trying to get next to you. Let me repeat that. The brothers is doing what they are doing because they're trying to get next to you. And if you just raise your level of spirituality, your level of vibration, and resonate on things that are not material and of this world, and understand what's going on, you can change our situation, this black race, in one generation. You can do that. If you went around there and say, brother, hey, to get with me, you better learn something about the Trilateral Commission, what's going on here, IMF, the economy. You know, if you making him to learn some of those things that are necessary, his role as a male, as a role as a female, and all those responsibilities, rather than how well he looks, how well he's in bed, how well what kind of car he drives, what kind of uh, uh, job he have, or things that those are superficial things. If you raise your level of what you expect for somebody, then he would have to come along if he's trying to get with you. See, but if all he needs is a Mercedes jingle and good in bed and things like that, that's all he's going to strive to do, because he's trying to get with you because you are the goddess and you have bought into the system. Why you think this man is not threatened by you? He's not threatened by you at all. That's why he don't mind taking you and putting you right next to him in the office. That's why I say the brother is the lowest on the totem pole, because this fight we have is between the alpha white man and alpha black man. That's the fight. You're not a threat in that particular God, because you don't find too many of you walking around with your fist balled up talking about revolution. They did a study on the type of books and the things that you read that excite you, and the type of books that you check out at the library and stuff like that. And I'm not getting on you, but I'm just trying to say, you know, they're not they're comfortable where you're at right now, you know, and so we all got to get in, work together. They say that most of the type of materials you read is that emotionally stimulated stimulation type of stuff. That's what Tyler Perry is making a gazillion dollars with that, putting all out that degrading man type of stuff, and you guys are eating that up and feeding on that type of stuff, and that's just a part of the game where the Hollywood system, allow him to do that, to do anything to degrade the black man and make him feel less than what he's already getting trumped on about. I'm not giving the brothers a pass on this, because they so inundated with the football, cars, and clothes and all that superficial crap as well. But when you start dealing with conscious material, there are more conscious brothers that are in this and talking about revolution than it is women at this point. That's why every industry that y'all in at this particular time is $1 billion industry. The shoes, the clothes, the purses, the hair, the nails, and all of those particular things, you know, they they are playing into you, playing up to you, to get you involved and possessed in those particular things there. Then I don't need no man. I'm this, that, and the other. So if you can't provide me here, right here, this is a little test that I let you know about the material, and I have to go. You heard the phone ring. I got a conference call that's about to come on right now. But a successful black man, I'm talking successful, six figures. Okay, if the woman look good, which is could be superficial just by looking at somebody's looks, if they're halfway cool and look good, he would take her from the projects and bring him along. But I mean, bring her along with him into his home and make her a wife if she got it for morals and stuff. It's okay. But a successful six-figure black woman, she tend not to reach back, and that brother got to be where she's at or better. It's my opinion. Do your own tests on that, from what I've seen in my many years of life. Okay. So I'm saying that you have to be sisters like the spook who sat by the door. If he gonna let you in, you absorb everything that he's teaching you and telling, and then you go tell the brothers. Because we can't play the game on letting him separate us again. Because no other race is going through that. No other race is allowing that to happen. Okay. And last, before I leave, when we talk about wanting a woman that is uh, 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 submissive, that's a bad word to y'all. Submissive does not mean being stupid. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. A brother don't want a woman that's ready to put Vaseline on her face, take her earrings out, take her shoes off, and ready to go toe to toe with her, just like a dude in the street. He wants a woman to be feminine. It's a way to get your point across. I mean, if you give him some of the simple things, that brother would break his back for you, even if he goes astray. You know, you treat it right, he's coming back. And some folks got a problem with that particular saying, going straight this, that. That don't mean he don't love you, don't care anything about it. I'm just telling you from a man's point of view. Because all of God's boys had more than one wife. I'm just telling you the truth. And I ain't saying, you know, we're going to do that and we should do that, but I'm just giving you the real, and that's the truth. All of them did. So again, it's about coming together and understanding the rhythm and the principles of life, yin and yang. So don't let the system keep pulling us apart and playing us both against each other. The okey doke. Choose a man or a wife for good foundational reasons, not because he's light skinned, got a good hair, got a job, and then you wondering and you mad and you want to talk about all the brothers because you chose him for the wrong reasons. How does he treat his mother? How does he treat his kid? Do he have any morals at all? Do he have any visions or aspirations? That's what you should be dating him to find out. Not because he got a good job and he looks good and dressed good. That ain't gonna give you a good and make a good husband. Okay. All right. I got the roll. We got a conference call going on. So I get back. Tell me what you think. All right, later.